Top of the top. Thank you for joining another segment of These Words. I'm your boy Determined. Today we're going to talk about toxic relationships, right? What does that look like? What does it feel like to be in one? And witnessing it from the outside looking in through friends, co-workers, loved ones, so on and so forth, right? Let's get it.
I mean, I guess everyone goes through being in a toxic relationship at some point in their life, whether it is like an intimate relationship, whether it is a friendship, or whether it's a family member. I think we all have experiences with very toxic people in our life. What is a toxic relationship? A toxic relationship can be really anything that makes you feel worthless. I mean, the obvious ones are emotional and physical abuse, but maybe someone who constantly makes you promises and never ever follows through on them. Maybe someone who is constantly drinking and abusing alcohol around you. That is a toxic relationship. Maybe you're dating a narcissist who makes you feel like you are only worthy because you're with that person. If you are in a relationship, again, any type of relationship where what I said just now resonated with you, I would say get out as fast as you can.
So the first thing towards leaving an emotionally abusive relationship, and this is probably the hardest thing that you have to do, is you have to decide to leave. So in this step, deciding to leave is more than you worrying about all of the things that could possibly happen in the future. You know, what is this going to look like for the kids? What's going to happen to me? I need to get a job. I was financially dependent on my husband or my wife or my spouse. Maybe this person can change. Maybe they're not that bad. Look, they're being nice. And, you know, I know that this is a cycle, but maybe this time it'll actually stick. All of that goes away. And you stop focusing on the other person and you start looking at yourself. You have to stop putting so much fear into the future and start reflecting on your past. And when you reflect on your past, you have to see who is this person that I'm in a relationship with. And you have to be able to take a hard look at yourself. You have to take a hard look at where are your wounds that are causing you to stay entangled in this abusive cycle. You have to take a hard look at, okay, what's important to me in a partner? What are my values? And am I honestly getting that from this person? And that's where people really can get tripped up sometimes, is because they're projecting what they want onto this person when this person is not that person, and a lot of the times they're not ever even going to be capable of being that person.
That's facts. So some of the times, most of the time, we need to blame ourselves for the people that we choose to share our lives with, because we see the signs and the symptoms early on, but yet we go along with the shit anyway. We be with the shit, right? Because we indulge in it. We get involved with somebody knowing that they not on the same level as you, not on the same page as you, but it's all physical and shit. So is the physical worth having a distorted life? You know, going through a bunch of unnecessary shit just because you want to be with somebody so you can have great sex? Because it ain't nothing else coming from it. Sad if you have any kids, you know, and y'all both know that y'all ain't going nowhere as a unit. Y'all not. You know, and so a lot of times you see people going through all these changes and all these problems and troubles and shit, and you wondering to yourself like, man, why are they even together? What the fuck is y'all doing? Because you never see them happy. It's always turmoil. It's always drama, and it makes you feel like, fuck that. I don't want no relationship. But relationships are beautiful when they're done right. But toxic relationships are the worst ones to even be in, whether it be a friendship, a companionship, you know, or brothership, sistership, whatever ship you on, right? When it's toxic, it's toxic. When the shit's bad, it's bad. And you gotta understand that. Don't try to make excuses for it, because that's what we do. We'll make excuses for a horrible situation just because at sometimes we have fun in it. It's fun to be in that situation. But more times than not, it's drama. We're dealing with a whole bunch of bullshit. So when you being with somebody and you knowing that they're not growing how you growing, or they're not growing at all, or not as fast as you growing, or not even trying to make the change, that's not gonna work. Right? So instead of walking away from it, here comes the games, here comes the nonsense, and in most cases the violence, because he can't deal with her doing the same shit he doing, or vice versa. And then here comes the nonsense. That's why I say, if you're gonna be in a relationship, be in it, or don't get in it. You know what I'm saying? Trip over love, just don't fall in it. If you know that's something you don't want no parts in it. Don't have a person setting up their whole life thinking they having a life with you and your mentality is on something totally different and you're not even on that. That's horrible. That's a lousy fucking person. If you know that that's not what you want, then if you want to be out here and live a hot girl summer every summer, do you. There's no need to be in a relationship. Don't even try that shit. Don't even do it. And then the niggas, if you want to be out here and be player of the year, you know what I'm saying, pimp of the year, why are you trying to settle down? Why are you trying to hook your shit onto one woman? That's the shit that create toxic relationships. No understanding. You understand? Because when people have an understanding, there's no need to be toxic. There's no need to get upset. There's no need to be mad. There's no need to play games. We have an understanding. This is what we're doing. This is how the situation is structured. So we understand that. There's nothing else needs to be understood. Understand that, and you'll be okay. But people like to play games to the point where they know they don't want to go no further with you, but it's something about you that's convenient or something that they benefit from. That is the only reason why you're still around or they're still around you. That's facts. So, fellas, women, don't put all your eggs in the basket when you already know the bottom of that bitch gonna fall out at some point. It's built of toilet paper, right? Wet toilet paper. So, until next time, man, be real with yourself. Or never ever expect anyone else to.